There's a strength inside you, and it's not about adding more. It's actually about letting go. It's a strength that isn't forged in some big dramatic fire, but found in the quiet release of what's been holding you down. So let's really get into this. We always talk about mental strength like it's this suit of armor we have to build, piece by heavy piece. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if we're all born with this incredible strength, but along the way we pick up these burdens that just weigh us down? These burdens, these are the invisible anchors we're going to talk about today. They're the habits, the automatic ways of thinking that keep us stuck in the same place. And a lot of the time, we don't even know they're there. And here's the real revelation. The most mentally strong people aren't the ones with more willpower. Nope, they're the ones who've simply learned how to spot these anchors and cut the ropes. So let's start with the first one, and honestly, it's maybe the heaviest of them all. It's the anchor that tethers us to the past. This is the one that keeps our ship stuck in the harbor of what was, and it prevents us from ever really sailing toward what could be. You know what this feels like, right? It's that constant replay of old mistakes, of past hurts. There's a word for this habit. It's called rumination. It's like having a movie of your worst moments playing on a loop in your head. That awkward thing you said in a meeting 2 years ago that still makes you cringe? Yeah, that's rumination. You just can't build a new future if you're constantly living in yesterday. So look at this. This is where the magic happens. It's such a simple but profound shift. The common thought gets stuck in that loop of, I should have done this, or I shouldn't have said that. But the mentally strong reframe, it asks a much more powerful question. What did I learn here? As soon as you have the lesson, the past has done its job. You can thank it and you can let it go. And here's the kicker, the other side of that same coin. When we don't learn from the past, we're not just held back by regret. We are literally doomed to repeat the exact same mistakes. This anchor doesn't just keep you still. It actively trips you up over and over again. This right here, this illustrates such a critical choice point. It is so easy to blame something else, right? The traffic, our boss, the economy, anything but us. But look at that mentally strong reframe, taking full responsibility. And I need you to get this. Responsibility isn't about blame. It's about power. Because if you're responsible, you are the one with the power to change it the next time. And this quote from psychotherapist Amy Morin just nails it. Real strength isn't about never making a mistake. It's about owning it when you do. That ownership, that accountability, that is the exact thing that turns a failure into a lesson and breaks the cycle for good. Okay, let's move on to our next anchor. And this one, wow, it is so paralyzing in the world we live in today. It's the anchor of comparison, that exhausting, endless habit of measuring our own messy, real life against somebody else's perfectly curated highlight reel. When this anchor has you, someone else's victory feels like your defeat. Their promotion, their happy relationship, their big win, it doesn't inspire you. It makes you feel jealous or cheated, like there's only so much happiness to go around and they just took your share. That whole mindset is a cage. But here is how you escape that cage. Instead of feeling resentful, mentally strong people change the story. They remind themselves that success almost always comes from an incredible amount of hard work. They see another person's win not as a personal attack, but as proof of what's possible. And then they get back to work on their own path. Now, this is important because comparison often leads right into this next really sneaky anchor, self-pity. When we obsess over what other people have that we don't, it's so easy to slip into that victim mentality, wasting so much precious energy feeling sorry for ourselves, convinced the world is just unfair. So the crucial point is this. Mentally strong people refuse to waste energy here. They accept a fundamental truth. Life isn't always fair. They don't waste time complaining about it. Instead, they take responsibility for their role in their own story and focus all their energy on the things they can control. Now, let's talk about an anchor that creates so much needless suffering. The anchor of unrealistic expectations. And specifically, the expectation that we should see immediate results. We live in a world that promises us instant everything. We want to get in shape in a week, build a business overnight. But the mentally strong reframe is just grounded in reality. Real, meaningful change, whether it's in your health, your career, or your character, it's not an event. It's a process. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes consistent effort. And you see, when we expect things to happen right away, that very first setback, the first time we fail, it feels absolutely catastrophic. This anchor makes us want to give up completely. We see that failure not as a normal part of the process, but as a final judgment, a sign that we should just quit. This reframe, this changes everything. Failure is not a stop sign. It's a signpost. It's not a verdict on who you are. It's feedback. It's just data showing you what didn't work so you can try something else. Mentally strong people get this. They're willing to fail, unlearn, and fail again until they get it right. And finally, let's talk about the anchor that ties our well-being to things completely outside of ourselves, the anchor of external validation. And it often shows up as a deep fear of being alone. So many people are genuinely afraid to be alone. They dread the silence because it forces them to actually be with their own thoughts. They need constant distraction, constant entertainment, constant approval from other people. The mentally strong person reframes this completely. They don't fear solitude, they use it. Downtime becomes productive time to think, to plan, to create. They actually enjoy their own company. Okay, so we've identified these heavy anchors: dwelling on the past, resenting other people's success, expecting instant results, and fearing being alone. Now, for the most important part, how do we actually begin to lift them? First, you have to get this. You have to understand this down to your bones. Mental strength is not something you either have or you don't. It is a skill. Think of it like a muscle. And just like any muscle, it's not built in one day. It's built through small, consistent, daily practice, a daily choice to manage your inner world. And here is a simple, powerful way to practice. Let's just walk through it. Step 1 is just to identify it. In a moment of frustration or sadness, just pause and ask yourself, which anchor is pulling on me right now? Step 2, acknowledge it. Don't fight the feeling. Just name it without judging it. Oh, there's that feeling of resentment. Step 3 is the most important. Choose. This is your moment of power. Instead of reacting on autopilot, you consciously choose a different response. You choose the reframe. And finally, step 4, reflect. At the end of the day, take 60 seconds. Where did I get it right today? What did I learn? This is how the muscle gets stronger. See, this isn't about some massive one-time transformation. This is about a daily ascent. Every single day, every single moment presents a new opportunity to notice an anchor, to loosen its grip just a tiny bit, and to climb just a little bit higher, feeling lighter than you did the day before. That is the path. So right now, let's put this into practice. Just take 30 seconds of quiet reflection. Of all these anchors we talked about, which one do you feel pulling on you the most in this season of your life? And what is one small, tangible step you can take today, just today, to begin letting it go? Take a moment and share that intention in the comments below. Writing it down is the first step. And if this has given you a new perspective, I invite you to subscribe to Rise Standard for more journeys inward. Thank you for taking this time.